Hello, welcome to second round of the season. Dave said here on pole position, Marcus Allen in P2, Carlson Wado in P3 from Palomino and Ben Allen Lee. Then we have Dan Boxar with 2 opals, Priscilla and Livery, followed by Paul Supreme and Matthew Hawk throughout the top 10. Then we have Verstio and Chris Cornwell from the 2 Ferraris of Raymond and Spike CB, following an AG.E and UK Ball P50 and 16. Then it is Niles Crumbly and Sebastian Campo from the Aston Martin Nick Leon and the Red Bull of Chaos Handley. On the bottom 4 slots we have your boy Benedetto, Victor Levi and Tommy Yu. Here we go with the second round of the season. Hopefully 24 cars can finish lap 1, unlike Bahrain. But here we go, the favourite lights on your screens. As we go racing in China, Davey Secchiera not off to a great start. Marcus Adelaide will have the inside line here at turn 1, and that's going to go massively to his advantage as he's able to take that short line. And as he tries to clear Secchiera, pushing himself towards the inside line and give himself the best opportunity here. I don't think that's going to work though, because Secchiera is still committed. He's still alongside Marcus Adelaide in towards the hairpin there. But there we go, Marcus Adelaide has that place as all 24 cars rush through the hairpin here at the start of lap 1. And it is Marcus Adelaide, your race leader, trying to pull away from Secchiera, following teammate Palomino, with Carlson Wado and the threat from Daniel Bogdasarov, who's on the outside there. He's compromised himself, and that's going to allow Ben Ali to go for a move down the inside here, in towards the left-hander. We've seen many crashes in the past here. This could have been one there. Bogdasarov gets a penalty for colliding Ben Ali there. So they're going to have to be careful. He came all up 4 places on this start, from 16th all the way up to 12th. But what a start from Marcus Adelaide, already up 1.4 seconds, as Palomino looks to the inside line here of Davey Secchiera. And I think he's going for it. Oh, there's contact there. The 2 Fords have collided at the start of lap 1. At the end of lap 1. 3 cars out. And oh, this is a disaster. An absolute disaster. I wouldn't be surprised if a red flag gets called for this. 3 cars are out. That's Davey Secchiera, Palomino, and Daniel Bogdasarov. And that is the 2 Fords out of this race. And yeah, it's only a virtual safety car. No red flags for that incident, surprisingly. But yeah, that was pretty big. And with that though, the massive hold-ups has put Marcus Adelaide 7 seconds in the lead of this race, which is crazy. Virtual safety car already coming to an end, unsurprisingly, as we go racing again. And Carlos Eduardo in the Audi is now in second place, having to try and hold on to his position. Casilla in the Opal is right behind me, trying to push. But what I was trying to find some time to explain was Palomino and Ford. Hugs Finucci got a race ban for the incident that he caused in Bahrain, which ultimately took out half the field. Literally half the field. And obviously, as you can see here, he's not in this race. Palomino was put up into Ford for this race, of course. We saw what had just happened there. And then Ben Allen Lee was put into Aston Martin. But anyways, we are here in China now. 21 cars. Still on the inside line, forcing Eduardo to back out there. That was a great move. Eduardo didn't want any contact or anything, so he just played it carefully. His Revo is out. I don't know how that's managed to happen, actually. That's an interesting incident. As he's out of this race. 20 cars are left. And Marcus Adelaide's lead is massive. Spiker, despite being on the hard tyres, has decided to come in. This is going to be a free pit stop here for the Ferrari driver, but I don't know what he's doing. He's taking a set of medium tyres as the virtual safety car is coming to an end as he's leaving the pits. And AG.E reasonably does come in. He came in for the set of medium tyres. And yeah, 11-second lead for Adelaide. I don't know how he can possibly be defeated this race. As stands, he's looking to get 2 wins in a row here. Carlson Wado in the Audi, right behind Silla, who obviously made that incredible move. It was risky, but Eduardo ended up backing out, and as a result, Silla got that place. Now, just how long can he hold it on? Just how long can he hold on for? We'll find out, because Audi's Carlson Wado coming down the back straight here, deploying battery. He's out of it. He's got no battery left. Silla's got no battery left. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if one of these guys start clipping suddenly. And yep, Silla is. Eduardo right in the back of him. But Silla will hold his ground. He will stay up in second place. He could be looking for a good result today. But yeah, I just wonder how the rest of this race will play out. As UK Ball set the fastest lap of the race of a 1:24. Adelaide bringing that down to a 1:22. 22.7 for Sebastian Ocampo. He sets a brand new fastest lap. As now is currently on the outside of Nick Leon. Ocampo on the inside. It's going to turn to the outside line. Livery fastest in the first sector. We are looking at that McLaren. Nick Leon fastest in the first sector there. In the Aston Martin. As Ocampo holding himself up, I guess, to defend from your boy. Spiker now fastest in the first sector. Yeah, that fast first sector is just constantly changing. And with Spiker on fresher tyres, I do believe that this guy can possibly take the fastest lap of the race in that Ferrari. And yeah, we've already seen through the qualifying results, more than anything, that Ferrari aren't really the best of teams. So if Spiker can pull out something good here, maybe you can show that Ferrari do have some sort of pace. But also at the same time, he has a 3-lap tyre advantage compared to everyone else. As Marcus Adelaide's in, but Livery getting ahead of Ahmed Silla. And the Opals are fighting through the last corner onto the main straight. There's no battery at all for either Opal driver. And the virtual safety car is called out. That's Paul's and Cream versus Dio coming together at the pit stop. Oh, that's not good. That is not good. But also, how do you possibly come together there? Like, really, guys? And that's another advantage for Marcus Adelaide. Because once again, Marcus Adelaide in the Williams will benefit off of something. But yeah, the virtual safety car hopefully shouldn't be out for too long. Because obviously, we want to see drivers race. And currently, they're not. They're just sitting behind a virtual safety car. But now, we go green again. The Opals are currently leading a race 1-2 right now. Now, obviously, they are expected to drop down to second and third after Adelaide reclaims the race lead. I mean, this season's looking pretty easy for Adelaide at the moment, but I hope him and Williams don't get the hopes too high up just in case this is not the true positions. Because we've all seen now, the Fords are strong. And the virtual safety car out again. UK Ball and Spiker this time coming together. Could this be a little bit of a gift to Opal, or is it too late for them to make any good strategic calls? Because I imagine this virtual safety car won't be out for too much longer. We have got 16 cars left in this race now. Because Tommy Hughes just got past. Priscilla is the one who took to the pits out of the two Opals. Virtual safety car ending, so it's going to gain a bit of time. But he's not going to gain too much time from this virtual safety car under the pit stop. Ben Allen Lee comes in to get rid of his medium tyres. That Aston Martin, his tyres are just done for. He needs to come in. And here he goes. He's in for a set of hards. Hards are a pretty good choice here. But now Marcus Adelaide sending it. He's up into the lead now as Livery drops back. Yeah, there's something flashing on the steering wheel. That looks to be the tyres. Them tyres cannot hold on much longer. Chaos Adelaide's fastest in that first sector. In that Red Bull, he's currently sitting up in 7th place, which is pretty good considering what Red Bull were like last season. They were awful. As Eduardo moves himself up ahead of Sebastian Ocampo, whose tyres are absolutely gone. There's nothing he can do there. He's going to soon have to concede to Chaos Adelaide in the Repsol Red Bull. Heading in towards this left-hand corner. Ocampo. Oh, what was that there? A lot of tyre smoke coming from the McLaren. As a little bit of contact there was also made. So the Red Bull will have damage, as we saw in the steering wheel. Your boy moves up ahead. And could Nick Leon even go for the move as well? Heading into the hairpin. Your boy's actually up at the 6th. He's got Adelaide. And once again, tyre smoke. We can just see that coming out of the car. Livery into the pits. Matthew Hart set the fast lap of this race. He's now up into P3, and Livery, not pitting on the virtual safety car, has lost mountains of time. His teammate is very far up the road now. And Ahmed Silla set the fastest first sector. He's currently closing the gap now to Marcus Adelaide. Now I don't think there's enough laps left for fully closing the gap and get the overtake done. But if he can have a better strategy, maybe do a stop less at Adelaide, the hope may not be over for a non-Adelaide win today. And Adelaide is in 6th, your boy in 5th, already 4 seconds behind Carlos Eduardo. Maybe your boy can improve his position. He's shown to be a pretty great driver. Now yeah, his debut in F1 was ages ago. Like, most of you probably don't even remember it because it was a one-off race. But it was back in the very first style of cars that we had. And yeah, now that he's finally a full-time driver after all these years of just sitting on the sidelines, he's showing he has good pace. As Silla takes the fastest lap. This is looking great for Opel right now. Now, I don't know why they didn't just pit Livery with Silla, just do the double stack, because it would have been so much more worth it. As the Opel now up into P11, Sebastian Ocampo has once again been overtaken by another car. This ending sin for him has just been awful. I think he's been waiting for another virtual safety car or something. Just anything that would help him, but there's been absolutely nothing. The McLaren is going to leave the pit shortly, but he's going to be by far in last place. This has just not been great for the Filipino driver. The 2020 World Champion. Like, I don't know what to really say about this thing, because it's been so bad. Like, yeah, he's been on them tires all race long, but like, why? Why would you even think this? Like, only half the race is past now. And in theory, he still has another stop to do, while everyone else also has just one more stop to do, so he's just nowhere. As out of the race goes nice, crumbly Chris Cornwell. Ooh, bit of contact there as a knock you try to get past. Those two are out of the race, but once again, it's another crash that we've been unable to see. That VSC though is great for those who are still yet to pit. Matthew Hart and Carlos Eduardo taking to the pit stop. Your boy also doing the same. Adelaide's in. Now those who pitted a little bit earlier are going to get the most out of this. Hart especially. Ben Ali are now up into 3rd place. On the podium spaces for Aston Martin. There's a lot of work to do for those who've just came in the pits under that VSC to try and reclaim their positions. Livery gets a penalty for colliding with Levi. So yeah, not good for him. Victor Levi in P8. Livery in P7. Both of them have got penalties now. I saw a little bit of dirt getting kicked up there, presumably by Develto, Hart or Eduardo. Not sure which of the three it was. As Matthew Hart on the inside line, the Apex GP going around the outside of the McLaren, committing, and this should hopefully be the move for him. That puts him up into 4th, and on the inside, he's got it, and now Develto under threat from Eduardo, who's straight up into 5th. However, that is quite a bit of time lost to the Apex GP, who's had a little bit of time just to pull away from the Audi, who's now under threat from the McLaren, who's under threat from an Opel. Livery looking to the inside line, and I think he's done it. Yes, he has. Livery up into P6. And that's Develto now down into 7th. Oh, on the inside again. Reclaiming 6th position from the Opel, who's still not willing to back down from this fight. It's a fastest 3rd sector for your boy in the Mercedes. And currently, he's just stuck behind these guys. This could be ruining his race, possibly. Matthew Hart fastest in that 1st sector. He's already closing in that gap to the Aston Martin in P3. Livery on the inside, he's now up into P6 once again. Just got a 3-way fight here, and soon Matthew Hart will be right in the back of Ben Ali as Ocampo is out, adding to his miserable day. as we're going to be entering the last 4 laps, and Marcus Adelaide is going to be your race leader for those last 4 laps. He is coming in. Silla is heading round the hairpin right now. If he stays out, he can claim the race lead, but Marcus Adelaide would just fight back and take it, so there's absolutely nothing here that Silla could do. And it turns out Silla would be behind anyways. Oh, because he's into the pits. This isn't good timing for him, but for Marcus Adelaide, it's perfect timing. Once again, another benefit helped by a virtual safety car. As your boy on the inside line, a little bit of bumping there with livery. The two of them shouldn't have any damage from that incident. Livery already had some. Ben Ali comes into the pits for Aston Martin, and we'll just have to see what sort of a tyre he goes on to. Many drivers though passing by. He's going to drop a lot of places from this pit stop, and he moves on to a set of medium tyres. De Benedetto also in, Levi in as well. But yeah, Marcus Adelaide just dominating this race. He took the lead, he's never looked back. Like, this has just been a great race for the Williams driver. And for your boy, he's now right ahead of Adelaide in the Red Bull, who's just not stopping. Adelaide is going to keep pushing to the end to try and get 6th fastest. What? To try and get 6th in this race. Adelaide and your boy, both on the same age tyres, on the same compound. It's now up to these guys plus their cars to decide who's going to get this. However, they're chasing down livery in the Opel. This is technically a battle for 5th, just because of where livery is with his penalty. De Benedetto fastest in the middle sector, currently sitting in P12 at the moment. And Adelaide falling away because these mediums are not lasting long, which means the softs are probably going to be even worse now. Your boy on the inside line trying to get ahead of livery. Fastest sector 1 there for Ahmed Silla in the Opel. And he's just still in P2. I don't know how he's held on to it. Them softs are going to be wearing out very soon. Tommy Yu sets a fast start with the race somehow. Your boy on the inside line, he's up into 5th. Adelaide's going to have to try and clear livery if he wants a chance of getting into the top 5 in today's race, because there's no way livery's going to fight back on your boy. However, it seems like he's going to fight Adelaide. No clue why, because he's got a penalty. I don't know. Marcus Adelaide's going to lead on to the last 2 laps. I mean, you could just say he's going to lead on to any lap, and he'll lead on to that lap. He sets a fast lap as well, at 1:16.3. But yeah, no clue how Tommy Yu had the fast lap for a moment, considering he was 4 seconds off the pace in qualifying. 4 seconds is diabolical. But the McLaren of De Benedetto coming through the massive right-hander. Ahmed Silla sets the fastest lap again. He's clearly quicker than Marcus Adelaide, but he's not been able to show it because of these lucky moments that Adelaide's got this race. De Benedetto, could he look for an attack in towards the hairpin, try to fake a move to the inside, and it's not going to work out for him. Matthew Hart leaving the pits, he's on fresh soft tyres to end this race off, and he's got no one to worry about. All he's got to do for himself is just push on, and then he can try and get some nice positions. Further back we have a good battle here, livery and the 2 Aston Martins. That is Nick Leon up into P6. Livery gets overtaken by Ben Allen Lee. Looks like he didn't even fight that one. So yeah, now it's just the 2 Astons fighting 6th and 7th at the moment. The Aston Martin ahead of the Aston Martin. I mean, that's just the most obvious statement ever. But could Ben Ali charge an attack at his teammate? He's looking at the inside line now. He likes to look at that inside line. Oh, tyre smoke from Nick Leon. And that may not do her any good, as Ben Ali down this straight may have more pace if he can deploy that battery. He's using slipstream to his advantage here. He's deployed the last bit of his battery. Is he going to go for it? Because there is Nick Leon clipping. They're side by side. Little bit of a touch through the hairpin. Matthew Hart committed. Getting past livery. Getting past Ben Allen Lee. and now looking to try and get past Nick Leon, heading on this straight in towards the first corner, and Matthew Hart is up into P6 with an incredible charge there, but it's not over. Nick Leon trying to fight back on the inside line, but Hart has her covered off, and now the Aston Martins will be stuck fighting for P7 now. And yeah, there's no one else who can really launch an attack at them anymore, because that was definitely like a surprise attack. Nick Leon doing very good on defense here, putting herself on a great line, but this is not a great line. It's a line that's compromised herself. And now Ben Ali moves up into 7th. 2-lap fresher tyres, really doing the trick for him in the Aston Martin. But now Livery is stuck on the back of these guys. Marcus Adelaide wins this race. Sorry I didn't notice that. I didn't even realise we're on the last lap there. Ahmed Silla will come home for 2nd place in the Opel. Virtual safety car because Livery is out. Oh, he's just a little bit too committed to that corner, I guess. And that's resulted in him going into the wall. It's a podium though for Carlos Eduardo in the Audi. He's converted his P3 to a P3. Incredible work from him. Your boy in the Mercedes though is going to come home for a solid 4th place, celebrating for the last corner there. The Frenchman to the line. And that is a nice P4. Red Bull looking for P5. That P5 though goes to Matthew Hart. It's a 1 millisecond difference. And Chaos Adelaide will have to settle for 6th there. Great result nonetheless. Ben Ali finishing ahead of Nick Leon from Tommy Yu and Benedetto. And next we have Levi and Inoku to end everything off. 12 cars finished once again. I mean, to be fair though, you can't really blame not many people finishing this race. China typically is a chaotic race, so I wouldn't put this one down to the cars being too powerful. I mean, at the end of the day, it wasn't a great race if I'm going to be honest. Mark Stanley though does pick up a 2nd win of the season for Williams. Ahmed Silla in 2nd, from Carlos Eduardo in 3rd. And with that, let's listen to the Brazilian national anthem. There you go, Mark Stanley, your winner today from Silla and Eduardo, followed by your boy Matthew Hart. There was Adelaide and Ben Ali from Nick Leon and Tommy Yu. There was Benedetto and Victor Levi from Inoku. And then, of course, you got all the retirements there, 12 retirements this race. And with that, the Chinese Grand Prix is over. We'll see you next time when APX F1 returns. Have a good day.